A top WWE superstar has shockingly announced their retirement, plus plans for the first ever women's IC champion, and a really interesting TNA announcement. All right, guys, I want to kick things off with TNA. This one is fascinating for a variety of reasons because Anthem, the company that owns TNA, has now made a huge change. They have announced in a press release today that Carlos Silva is set to lead the TNA wrestling company after being named the president of Anthem Sports Group. Now, this is obviously huge for a variety of reasons because TNA is obviously, they're owned by Anthem. Anthem owns Access TV. Anthem also owns Invicta FC, which is a women's MMA league. Now, in their press release, they say Anthem Sports Group's diverse offerings represent a wide range of exciting opportunities for growth and development. TNA Wrestling, Invicta FC, and Fight Network are each poised to make a major impact in their respective arenas. This is going to be an exciting new era for Anthem Sports Group, and I cannot be more excited to lead this talented team as we move into the future. Those are the words coming from Carlos Silva, who is now the new president of Anthem Sports Group. Listen, guys, I'm very intrigued by this for a variety of reasons. Obviously, if you guys aren't aware, TNA is going into some very big arenas in 2025. The rumors of them getting a new TV deal, the rumors of them having going live every week. There's tons and tons of talk. Obviously, TNA is carrying a lot of momentum. Now, here's the thing. I don't know who Carlos Silva is. This is not somebody that I personally know within TNA. However, I think anytime you bring in some fresh blood, that could always be a really good thing. What's really intriguing to me, and I don't know, obviously we go back to the Scott D'Amore days, and I feel like Scott D'Amore was kind of like the face of the brand, right? And when we see that Scott D'Amore is no longer in the company, we see this company's making changes, and we may not be too familiar with everybody who's involved. It becomes a very intriguing talking point because you have to wonder, how invested is Anthem in TNA wrestling? And obviously they got to be somewhat invested if they're going into the UBS arena in 2025, right? Like, obviously TNA has a lot of potential. There's a lot of great things that TNA can do, but it all takes time. And I think anybody out there who wants TNA to fail, it just simply doesn't make sense. It's the third largest promotion in the United States. It's a great opportunity for talent to get work done and get paid. And obviously that is something that we should all want and hope for in the wrestling business. WWE officials are reportedly high on Natalya. But this is really cool because obviously WWE has a lot of things going on right now, especially with the Intercontinental Championship and the Women's United States Championship. However, on a recent edition of a Backstage Pass Q&A, WrestleVotes actually noted that those in WWE would like to see Natalya win the title. Now, this doesn't confirm that Natalya will be, in fact, the first ever Women's Intercontinental Champion. However, WrestleVotes claimed that he heard some feedback with some sentiments that were similar from sources that said they would like the first Intercontinental Women's Champion to be Natalya. Now, it doesn't mean that it's going to be her, but there is some favoritism, maybe that would like to see her win the IC Championship. Wow. Listen, here's how I look at it. I think Natalya would be perfect for this opportunity because I don't see WWE putting the Women's World Championship on Natalya. I don't see them putting the WWE Women's Championship on Natalya. But the idea that she could go in and win a title, Natalya is one of the best veterans. There was rumors that Natalya was going to go to AEW, and she actually didn't go to AEW. Instead, she re-signed with the company. And I just really want to point this out. One, you have to reward loyalty. This is something I strongly believe in regardless of the workplace. Regardless if it's professional wrestling or if you work at a Walmart. I think if you are loyal to a company, you should be rewarded in some aspect. Now with Natalya, she is somebody who has basically done everything WWE has asked her for. When it comes to training people, she helps train people. When they ask her to come to NXT and work with the up-and-comers, she goes to NXT and works with the up-and-comers. When it comes to being on the main roster and putting people over, she does that as well. You never hear drama surrounding Natalya. Natalya is one of those people, it just seems like she genuinely just loves what she does. And listen, when it comes to these women's mid-card title belts, you want somebody with credibility, and I think Natalya is incredibly respected, so it just makes a lot of sense for her to be the first champion anyways. And then what you could do if you're the WWE, on SmackDown, you have the Women's United States Championship. You could give it to some fresh blood, right? Maybe somebody like Michin Mia Yim, maybe somebody like Chelsea Green. Like one of those two could be really, really good at holding the Women's United States Championship. And then for the Intercontinental Championship, you could do something where Natalya wins it, and then you could always have Natalya drop it to Lyra Valkyria, which would actually be pretty damn good too, because Lyra Valkyria would benefit from going over Natalya. So I'm really intrigued to see how WWE does the mid-card titles, but I'm very glad to hear that WWE did not forget about Natalya. And in some shocking news, guys, a WWE star, a top WWE star, has shockingly announced their retirement. We'll see what actually comes to fruition here. But on the latest Impulsive podcast, he was talking to Phantom, who is another like online content creator personality. He's from AMP, the AMP House, and Logan Paul was actually speaking about this, and they were talking back and forth. And Phantom actually asked Logan Paul if he would be wrestling at WrestleMania 41, and Logan Paul says, "No, I'm retired. I'm a dad, bro." And this is really strange because obviously, like the way Logan Paul has kind of come into the WWE, I don't think a lot of people expected him to be doing it as long as he did just now. Obviously, he had a pretty damn good run. He came in and he was very impressive, but he is a father now, and you have to wonder if he is going to be doing this thing where he goes into WWE. Does he venture out back into boxing, or is Logan Paul specifically just going to be doing his content and being a father? Obviously, he owns his businesses. He's got Prime, and he's got, you know, this Lunchly thing, which is like the Lunchables knockoff, whatever. Listen, Logan Paul is a hell of a wrestler. I can't believe that he's claiming that he's retired now. Obviously, this is surprising that there wasn't a send off. He didn't do anything. He didn't really announce it. It just kind of slipped under the radar. Do I genuinely believe that Logan Paul is retired? For now, I'm going to take his word for it. But obviously in the pro wrestling business, which Logan Paul has started to learn and understand pretty damn well, I'm going to go and say that maybe we shouldn't trust him here. But also at the same time too, let me just be really, really clear. If Logan Paul is at WrestleMania 41 and he has a singles match with somebody, perhaps John Cena, you're taking away a spot from an up-and-comer. You might be taking away a spot from a mid-card women's title belt being defended on the pay-per-view. My point that I'm making is it's not like Logan Paul is absolutely needed in WWE. We'll see what happens, but obviously for now he says he's retired, and we'll have to take his word for it.